Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. And I'm here to introduce you to one of my non-masterpieces. Not a complete disaster, but nothing I'm really super thrilled about. And so I think what I want to do is put some colors into my dustpan on one side and scoop them out or dribble them out or some variation on that theme. And I'm starting off kind of belligerently, not doing anything that I thought I was going to do before I started, but that's okay, because that's kind of typical of me anyway. And I would love to not have to use a super duper abundance of paint, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'll put some of that on the surface. There's some other colors over here to the side that I'd like to sort of contemplate adding to a stripe of white or black or gold. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I have medical tubing in lieu of a bendy straw, which I prefer, but I use this to keep my head out of the way. That is a bamboo skewer that's been well used. These are my Princeton Catalyst spatulas. There's a couple more. Plastic shovels, yay! And always handy scoops from Hobby Lobby. $2.99 for those. So I am going to continue adding some paint and taking the top off. Ooh, that's cool. So being that this is all a big experiment, I'm going to start by deciding what it is that I like, or maybe deciding what it is I don't like, and just starting anywhere. And I'm going to give that a bit of a flatten out with my spatula. And I'm going to try and channel my muse. And I'm planning on, before it dries, because it's very hot out here in Florida on an August afternoon, at prime time for heat. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take my little scoop. I really want some more gold in there now that I look at it. Really? I guess I'm not going to get anything unless I pull the paint plug out of the top. Okay, I got some. So that's a good start, I guess. I didn't put any orange in there? Really? Seriously? Okay then. That's pretty. I might have enough orange already, but that's pretty. So let's grab our beautiful colors. And ribbon pour right on top of that black. Grab a little more color, because I can. Decide what I want to use next. But in the meantime, just sort of rest this stuff someplace I can get to it pretty quickly. And see what I want to do. Maybe I want to dump some paint right off. Maybe I want to let some paint move around. I kind of like that black because it's staying on the edges. That's kind of neat. Just makes me want to do the same thing with some white. So let's do that. We're going to try and save a painting by making it something it wasn't. Attractive. And I've got a clean side on my spatula. For some reason that blue in that background, I love that blue, but it just doesn't work for me when I try and use it as a background color. And I might have to clean my spatula in a moment. What do I want in there that I don't have in there? I don't have any of that pink. And changing the color scheme as I go seems like not a bad idea to me. Throw some more blue in there. I have this really beautiful pale turquoise that is good for dramatic, you know, changing up. I'm lost for words. It's hot. I've been out here a while, maybe too long. Just taking my little scoop, because I didn't want to fill my bead tray. If you know me, you know that I use that for larger pours. I'm going to put some of that right on top of everything else without any white underneath and not worry about it a bit. We're just playing. We're playing and having a good time. And I'm tempted, and I'm going to let some of that, you can't see me, I'm sorry. I'm going to let some of that spread and drip off both over the edges in places, but mostly onto this, into the dustpan. That's a dollar store dustpan. Anybody can get one for $1. So as much as I like that white, I like the black just as much. So I'm going to go back in, executive decision, and do that because I like it and because I can. And even though there's some stuff around that I don't mind, let's go back over here. I kind of like that shape. Nope. Alright, into the bucket with you. You're not behaving. I'm going to wipe off my skewer because I don't want any black in that color mix there. I'm going to leave this right over the edge. And that's cool. I don't know about how well I like the white as opposed to the black, but it does sort of add a highlighted area, which doesn't bother me. Please don't drag that through there, you silly woman. What was I just looking at? I was looking at this over here. And I like that over there. I like layers. I like having a chance to think about things too. But in the meantime, I'm just going to take some of that brown right out and find a new skewer, albeit not as clean as I'd like it to be. I try and keep up, but I don't do a great job all the time. I used to say, always clean your tools, and then I got busted for not cleaning my tools all the time. Actually, it was only me. I busted me. So far so good. Not minding that. Still have some nice colors. What do I want to stick in there? Something cool. Maybe something even cooler. Come on, off. Oh, now I have that all over my fingers. Cool, right in between my fingers. That was interesting. Alright, so as much as I like what I just did, I'm going to throw some of that Prussian blue in there also. And then, just because I can, some of that pearl white. Because it's a nice big black shape. I'm going to put that dustpan aside again. Where I can find it. Oh, right in the paint. Oh well. So we're doing pretty good so far. I just want to bring this over and show you what I've been doing. And I may let that run for a while and do what I have been doing and put some black back into it on the edges. I might as well just stop talking since I don't seem to be able to do a very good job of it right now. Too much of a good thing. Heat. Alright, so I like that. I'm just picking out my spots. Not minding that. It will work to let the rest of the paint run. I know I can probably spiral some things right into it if I so desire. Or if I want some more things in it, I can just add them. Because I have squeeze bottles. Squeeze bottles contain my recipe for fluid art, which is in the description underneath the video, should you ever desire to have it. I always use GAC 800, so if my paint is thick, my painting does not crack. And I appreciate that very much. And we'll probably never stop using it, even though it's very expensive. It's worth every penny because you're only using 10% GAC to 90% color. And after that, after you mix that well, then, yeah, hard to talk and work. That's when you mix your Floetrol in there. Okay. I'm not sure that's perfectly what I wanted. but I'm sure I'm having a good time playing with it, and it's already better, and I like it more than I did. And I can use my skewer on any place where there's wet paint and roll it sideways. Just pull it right out. Like that. Cool. And maybe like that. Because that's some pretty brown stuff down there at the bottom. Come to think of it, I'm not sure you can see that. But maybe if you see it, I can't work on it either. So let's just get some nice black paint over there and move my dustpan out of the way for a moment. And just keep right on working. Making my monstrosity into a masterpiece. Fingers crossed. You can never tell. Well, okay. I'm pretty lucky. And I might even have a little skill built up after hundreds of paintings. Do what I want. And we've got 8 minutes left. That's cool. Oftentimes black and white will sell, so it's kind of neat. If you want something different, throw some black and white together. Let's see what you get. Just roll the skewer if you want some of the paint on the other side. I like this here. Sort of composing as I go, because I don't really have much of a choice. I could leave it, but I still don't like that. So I'm not going to do that yet. And I like this green. I'm not sure how much there's left in my pan of color. And take some of the paint off the bottom of that. Wipe them on my paint shorts, because I can. And I've got another corner up there that needs some help too. But I think this time I'm going to try the white pearl. And wipe off my spatula. Princeton Catalyst spatulas. Lately, Cheap Joe's has had them for a very reasonable price, which I appreciate because I grabbed another one. I can't get enough of them. I like to have one in my little studio where I mix paint indoors with the air conditioning on, as opposed to out here where the bugs will get in it. Yeah, I'm liking filling in my areas with black. That's very cool. I'm happy with everything that's happening so far. I'm going to remind myself that I talked about adding some green. I'm going to move my skewer out of the way. Well, maybe I will and maybe I won't. Let's see what happens with black on my skewer and just using it to spread the paint. I expect some of this is going to get covered, but some won't. And I don't mind having the other paint on my skewer right now, because it just adds to the pattern in my opinion. And what did I say? I said I didn't have enough of that color shift by Folk Art green. So that's what's next. I'm going to grab that. Nice with that turquoise. And if there isn't enough of it, we'll just squeeze it right on. In the meantime, I'm going to use my little tiny front spatula to try and take some of the color out of that scoop, because it's a pretty cool color. And then continuing on our theme of rolling sideways and leading paint. Okay, so what do I see? I see some stuff I still don't like. And I know I can come in there with black. I also know that that beautiful neon Folk Art multi-surface acrylic dries over dark paint. It dries burgundy. So I'm going to figure out something else to do at some point in time. I like, what do I like? I like that right there. This is taking longer than I expected, but I'm also liking it more than I thought I would. So, some right there, some right there, some right there. I'm not there yet. I'll let that continue to roll over the side. I'm going to pull some of this up into areas that need to be camouflaged. Oop, right in the paint. Just a little turn here and there now and again. See if we're doing the right thing. I could do this with my spatula, and I will to show you that I can, but it requires a pretty light touch, and I like the skewer, works really well too. So I've thought about it a lot, and I think ugly paintings make the best backgrounds. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I'm having a pretty good time fixing stuff up, loving my results. We'll see what happens in the end of this. I have had a few paintings that it took 3 tries, to say the least. Not very many I've ever tossed. I mean, I've never tossed any, actually. But they're probably hiding in the closet, too. So, that is cool that that's coming out there now. I like that color right where it is, but I like the idea of it. I just don't have enough room out here. Up here in this spot that's bugging me. And I'm not worried about what I do to it or how I do it, so long as something covers what was there, and I get to throw a little bit of this in there, because I think that's exactly what I want. I hope. I hope. So, I'm quiet every once in a while because I'm in contemplation, and I have this Prussian blue, and I think that would be great right there. And sometimes I'm even lucky and it sells up. Like now, I see a few cells. You can't see them probably yet. Okay, so there isn't that much more that I want to do. I haven't used any yellow, and I don't know how that'll work, but usually, even over a darker canvas, I can, with white next to it, I can get something good to happen. Roll my skewer down over the edge. Just come back in with that orange. I'm actually really happy with this right now. We'll see what I feel about it tomorrow. Maybe I'm just being optimistic, I don't know. I have a part 1 to this video, but because I didn't really like the result, there's not much point in my mind to showing it, but I guess you'll know before I do at this point. Well, not really. You'll know when I know if I'm going to post that or not. I'll have to call it what not to do. Alright, so what do I have left that I hate? Not that much, fortunately. I hate having caps on when I want them off. That's alright with me. I have a bunch of stuff in my way now. I never did use that beautiful green. I wonder if I should try. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. I gotta get the caps out of my hand. I keep sticking the caps in my hand and holding onto them. I think a little more of that is in order. I know this stuff dries. This is a color shift, or is it just a metallic? Whatever it is, it's like a Christmas tree, and it dries. Oh my God, it's just iridescent when it dries. I'm trying to remember who the name of it's by. It's probably a hobby and craft paint. I love that green. Well, and I'm not much of a green girl, to tell you the truth. But then I say that about a lot of colors. And it's really never true. Alright, so I see some other stuff that I'm not super thrilled with. And I keep threatening to use the spatula. So let's just do that and see how that turns out. I think I didn't mind that white line in there. Easy enough to get back. Alright, so we got 83 seconds, and if you want to help my studio out, I have links. I guess we got no seconds left. Alright, so if you're still here, I'm going to say Priscilla out from Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio. Just read under the description if you want some more information. This is pretty cool now. I'm not unhappy. it's still recording, so I'm going to stop this, and I'll just start another one just in case. Bye for now. See you in a minute.